Hey guys, Condor here. We're back with some more War Thunder today. Now today, I kind of have a first impressions video for you guys with the MiG-9 and also just kind of a discussion of War Thunder jets in general right now. So yeah, in the background I just have sort of the best footage I got from like my first maybe 10 or 12 games with the MiG-9, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So, the MiG-9, it, right now, obviously for me, it's stock because, it is, very difficult to fly right now with the current state of the game. The MiG-9 sits at an 8.0 battle rating, which means, 9 times out of 10, it fights against top-tier jets, like the Hawker Hunter, you know, the MiG-17, usually on the same team as MiG-17, but against F2s and, you know, F2Hs, which I guess could be like maybe a little bit lower than 9.0, but they're still pretty damn good. Like way, way, way better than the MiG-9. So the MiG-9, it is stock, obviously, when you first unlock it, and as stock, it has a terrible climb rate, a pretty shitty top speed in a straight line. It can dive pretty well, actually. That's one of its strong points, but once you come out of a dive, you lose most of your energy pretty fast, and so that's kind of disappointing. The guns are great, obviously. This is my first MiG, so this is the first time I've ever used the MiG armament that all of the MiGs have, and I have to say I like it a lot. I like the 37. I don't know, they're a lot slower than I thought they were, which, I mean, I guess doesn't really surprise me that much just because the 23s just have such a low muzzle velocity. So, like, that took a little while to adjust, and I'm still not completely adjusted to it since I've only played, like, maybe 10 battles. And, yeah, so I like the guns. The dive is pretty nice. The maneuverability at high speeds is actually really great as well. Like, in those regards, it's kind of similar to a P-51, if that makes any sense. So, that's kind of nice. Also, yeah, the maneuverability at low speeds is absolutely atrocious, and that's usually where you are all the time, is at low speeds, or, diving after a jet that can outrun you for days. So yeah, let's kind of talk a little bit about the, where this plane sits in the game right now. So the MiG-9 always pretty much fights top tier jets. I've maybe had one game where it wasn't top tier, and my game actually crashed, which was kind of disappointing. But anyways, so it often fights against, you know, F2s and Hunters and all that good stuff, right? So stock, the MiG-9 at max speed, I think redlines at just under, I think 950. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think just under there, and that's coming out of a pretty steep dive. And you know, the F2 Saber and the Hunter not only have way better climb rates, first of all, which always gives them an altitude advantage. This plane like never gets above like 3,000 meters for me, and when your plane can't climb and isn't fast, it's kind of a struggle against planes that can climb and are way faster than you. So yeah, so it goes against planes that have a top speed that's 200 kilometers an hour stock, faster than your plane when you're stock. And even top tier jets, even at top tier, like 1 kilometer an hour, makes like a huge difference. So 200 just makes it fucking broken for this plane. Like, you can't do shit. Like, I can come out of a dive from like 5k meters, and I won't be able to catch like a Hunter or a Saber flying in a straight line. Like, it's not possible. And 99% of the time, they have the altitude advantage. So really, you're just kind of shit out of luck. Like, there's very little you can do. Yeah, most of the kills that I got in top tier jet games were against planes that weren't top tier, and I just kind of ended up chasing for like the entire battle. Like, this battle right now that I'm showing you, I'm only going to show you, like, you know, good parts, right? But I think this battle lasted, like, 28 minutes or something, and maybe 7 minutes of that was me actually doing anything worthy of showing, and the rest of it is just me kind of trying to keep up with planes that are going way faster than me, and failing to do anything really useful except be bait for other over-tiered planes. So yeah, yeah. Right now, it's just jet matchmaking. Right now is just kind of fucking shit out of luck. Like, there's the F-80 and the Horton, I believe, both got moved up to 8.0, which honestly astounds me. Like, in what universe is the Horton supposed to compete with fucking MiG-17s and F-2 Sabres and Hawker Hunters? Like, how the fuck is a World War II German flying wing whose top speed is like not even 900 kilometers an hour in a dive and rips when it turns at like anything above 600 if you like turn full G's, and it's supposed to compete with planes that can travel like 1,200 kilometers an hour, have godly energy retention, have better guns, and are like literally better in every way except low speed dogfights, and yet they're in the same games. Like, it just makes no fucking sense to me. Like, in what fathomable way is that even slightly fair? Like, it's literally so much shittier that, like, there are other shitty jets that are better than it, and yet it goes up against fucking MiG-17. Like, it makes no sense to me. That's the biggest change. The F-80, a little bit, kind of makes sense, because, I mean, if the MiG-9 is at 8.0, then the F-80 should be at 8.0, but neither of them should be at 8.0. Like, it's just not right. So yeah, the dogfight that goes on right here is kind of the derpiest dogfight I've ever been a part of, and I was kind of didn't really want to show it, but because I literally got no kills while I was flying this plane, I kind of wanted to show at least something slightly satisfying to watch. So yeah, sorry about that voice crack. Ugh. Puberty, man, it's a bitch. But yeah, anyways, back to War Thunder jets right now. This plane, it's just any sort of new jet pilots kind of are getting screwed right now, because the way that jets work out right now is that even, you know, the first jets for a lot of countries, the Horton now, the MiG-9, the F-80, I guess the P-80, I don't think the P-80's moved up to 8.0 yet, I'm not really sure though, I haven't played the game in a while. The F-80, what else, the Meteor Mark III, I think, is also 8.0. It's just, they just aren't even on the same, they aren't even in the same league as these top tier jets, and yet almost every game you get up tiered. So I feel like a lot of new jet pilots are really discouraged, and I mean, I know I certainly was when I was playing this game. I just, after I got a couple games where I got kills, I was like, wow, I'm never playing this plane again. This is absolutely fucking awful. I feel useless, because you really are. Like, the only way you can get kills in this game is if the other person, like, severely fucks up. Like, that's pretty much the only way you can kill, like, a top tier plane in all these starter jets, is the other person has to, like, severely fuck up, and you have to, like, be playing really well. And that's, like, pretty much the only way to get kills. And, so yeah, the new jet pilots right now are getting really discouraged, I feel like, just because there's just no point in playing if you're just going to get seal clubbed, like, literally every game. So, I know that probably encourages a lot of people to, you know, buy up and get top tier jets, which I'm sure is good for Gaijin, but kind of ruins the point of a free-to-play game. Like, you're supposed to get money from fans who enjoy playing and, you know, want to spend a little extra, instead of people that are just, like, just want to pay just to at least just have a fun time and not just get clubbed every time. Like, nobody wants to play a game where they get clubbed every single fucking game. Like, it's just not fun. Like, that kind of gameplay shouldn't be supported with fucking income. for the company, it should be discouraged because it literally ruins the game and it forces you to pay on a so-called free-to-play game, and it's just really disappointing. I've played this game for a long time. I've put almost 1,500 hours into it, which I know may not seem like a lot for some people, but as far as I'm concerned, 1,500 hours is 1,500 hours. That's a long fucking time, and for me to get to a point where I just like don't even want to play like the newer planes that I'm unlocking anymore, just because I get clubbed just every fucking round, is just kind of sad, and just makes me a little upset, just because I really do love this game, and I hate to see it in the state that it's in right now, because it's just kind of not really fun to play. And I just kind of found like the only really way I could just do well is just by just kind of playing the game cheaply. Like right here, I actually just ended up just flying around the airfield, just waiting for people to land, just to try and get a kill, just so I could show you guys something. And I absolutely hate to be that guy, but when you're just put in a situation where the planes you're fighting are better than you in literally every way, there's just not much you can really do. But yeah, right now, I don't think that me personally will be flying jets, at least till they fix the battle rating system, because it's just not worth my time, and I don't really enjoy it as much. Props, they've gotten compressed a little bit, but not really as much as jets. Like jets, it's gotten pretty outrageous. So I think I'm going to be sticking to props for the meantime, because I mean, I'm a better prop pilot, first of all, and I just don't really enjoy being clubbed every game. So I hope that doesn't really disappoint you guys, but it's just not fun for me right now, and there's no point in playing a video game if you're not gonna have fun doing it. And the only reason I make these videos is to have fun. So I don't really mean to disappoint you guys, but until they fix the jet VR system, which I really hope they consider doing, I think I'm gonna avoid them for the most part. Now, as we're approaching the end of the video, I think I've gotten my point across, that the jet BRs are just fucked up, and this plane is just absolutely potato, and it's forced to fight against top tier ace spaded jets, whatever you want to call them, and it's just fucking painful to play. Really, it's just not fun. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm just gonna kind of narrate what happens here at the end, because I just kind of really don't want to talk about what I've been talking about anymore. It's kind of been a negative video, and I don't really like, talking about negative shit, because, they're video games. They're supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. Like, why focus on the bad parts, right? But, it's pretty fucked up right now. That's just all I'm going to say. I'm going to end it there. So, right here, just at the end of the video, there's one plane left. It was a Kai 200, and I was trying to bait for my IL-28, who really just kind of, I don't know if that plane is just really slow. I obviously don't have it, but I feel like he just kind of really took advantage of me trying to bait for him, and like just really waited till the last possible second for him to actually help me. And right here, I actually thought the Kai 200 was out of ammo, so I like stopped maneuvering just to see what he would do, and he fucking destroyed my wings. So that was nice. I was like, oh wow, this is a great decision. I love not maneuvering. And then I died, and I was pretty pissed, because I was like, what the fuck, IL-28? Now, like, what are you doing? But in a classic IL-28 style, this guy, of course, dives on the enemy after I've already been killed, misses his shots right here with his front 23s. I mean, I know they're kind of hard to use, but like, come on now, that's a pretty easy shot. And then with the 23 mil rear gunners, just GG'd the shit out of the Kai 200, which was like, I was like, okay, well, I mean, this game's broken. I'm gonna go home and cry now. There's no point in playing this anymore. See ya, nerd. But yeah, so that was the end of the battle. That was, those three were honestly my best 3 battles that I had in this plane. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna be avoiding jets for the most part, because it's just not worth it, and it's not fun. And yeah, I really enjoy props. Props are fun. Props are still kind of balanced. I think they moved the BF109G2 actually up to a 4.7, which I think is a smart decision because that thing clubs really fucking hard at the rank it's at right now. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of a rant and it's kind of rambled on for a long time about a lot of bullshit. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back to my regular stuff soon. This has been the Condor, and I'll see you later.